Hello, welcome to Drinks with Ron. I'm Ron, and I'm still feeling like I might be recovering from this weekend. Saturday kind of kicked my ass. Come on, Ted Jansen, you want to get into this episode? Get in on this. You got a powerful itch. Come on, man. So we got Brews Blues event in Lancaster. They get a couple of bands. They get a bunch of craft brews. You pay an entry fee, unless you're cheap like me and you volunteer to work. Thanks, Ted Jansen. Seriously, dude. I heard noises upstairs. I was sitting on her lap all content like, and then I heard noises. I think possibly there could be an intruder of some variety, but whatever you got in your hands sure got a good sniff to it, so I'm just going to let him rob the place and smell whatever you got in your hand. That was a quick jaunt inside Ted Jansen's head. So, yeah, anyway, back to my story. Dog, seriously. So they give you a kick-ass little glass when you get there. Little sampler glass, and you go around tent to tent and you just try whatever the hell beer you want to try. And noon to 5. Alright, seriously, fuck off. You got 5 hours to just drink beer. And you know what I did? I just drank beer for 5 hours. Heavy shit. Heavy. A lot of IPAs. There's a few home brewers, local brewers that were there, which were actually my favorite beers of the whole day. There's a Centennial Blonde at about 4%. It was one of the lighter beers. It was just fantastic. And there's a homebrew dude, old school, out of Platteville. I had his shit last couple of years. The year before, he was my favorite. I was hoping Bent Kettle was coming back, but they were not there. Disappointment. I actually didn't volunteer to work this year, but I kind of tagged myself in and said, hey, you know, you need any help, flag me down. I'll be wandering around. What, dude? What could you conceivably want from me on the arm of my chair? You see what I got in my hand? It's a fucking Hams. Is that what you're after? So we get to the event, and I basically, like I said, hey, you need some help? Tag me in. I'll be wandering around. So we get there, I'm talking to a couple of my buddies, some bug on my neck. I go back to swat at it. Apparently it was a fucking wasp. So 5 minutes in, I get stung in the back of the neck by a fucking wasp. My buddy's talking to me, and he's telling me something, because I'm not sure, because I can't fucking focus, because all I can think is, the stinger's still in there, so I'm just digging at my fucking neck. It was terrible. So I thought, you know what'll fix that? So I had a couple more beers. I tagged in and worked a little bit at the shelf. One of the shacks there. I think there's only 2 bands this year. I keep saying, you know, for me, I'm there for the beer. Like, if they wanted to save all the money and just throw on fucking Spotify and a big-ass boombox, I'd be all for it. Granted, a lot of people are there for the music, so you'd probably lose a lot of your crowd. I'm just saying, for me, I don't give a shit. You know, music in the background, I'm cool. Live is cool, but, you know, the price differential, I'm cool with a boombox. Let's get some beers. So, yeah, it was just hotter than balls. It was in the mid 90s. Come on, you gerp fucking bastard. So just hotter than hell. I think left there about 5. I don't remember much. I don't remember much after 2:30, 3 o'clock. In fact, if you go back a couple episodes back, Drinks with Ron, I believe 175, that one will be. That's just a little bit of proof. Because let me tell you where that episode comes in. So we left. I walked 2 blocks over to Copper Dome with a bunch of people that I had been talking to there. I don't even remember being at the Copper Dome. I I remember one of the guys said, "Hey, I ordered some appetizers. Why don't you come over and sit down?" And I think I literally just went face first into their appetizers like a fucking horse in a feed trough. I'm not sure. I have a vague recollection that maybe I was like two-fisting with ranch everywhere. That might not have happened, but I feel like that totally could have happened, and I wouldn't have batted an eyelash. Because I remember I ate there, one of my buddies was supposed to meet us there, and he didn't show up, so I had to text him and say, "You sit on a throne of lies," which tells you what kind of shape I was in. That's quality hams. So he said, "Hey, we're at the Copper Dome, come over there." So I went over and talked to him, and he said, "Well, my buddy's playing over at Doolittle's. Why don't you head over there? That's where we're going." So I was like, "Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea." I don't think I got a beer at the Copper Dome. I got to Copper Dome, and I think I powered down like a pitcher of water. As somebody was going to buy me a beer, like, "What do you want?" I said, "Water. Water. I want fucking water." There was nothing at Brews Blues. There was actually tubs of ice and shit. At one point, I stuck my face in there. Then I scooped my hat in, filled that with ice, and put it back on my head. And the one dude, I kept telling him, "Hey, when you finish those beers, give me that. I'm going to fucking drink that." And I turned my head, and he fucking pitched it. And I was like, "Dude, I was serious. I was going to drink all of that ice-cold water. I'm fucking dying here." Like last year, I'll put it this way. I drank all 5 hours last year. Then I went to the Copper Dome. I drank till damn near midnight, I think, before I finally stumbled home. I held up like a fucking 12-hour drunk on craft brews and a couple of Zimas mixed in at the back end, apparently to just punish my stomach and see if I could generate some kind of more terrible stomach acid to make me incredibly ill. But this is 12 hours of drinking. I plowed right through. I went home. I felt just fine the next day. This year, I got to Russ's at 5, and I was like, yeah. Not good. That's... Water is the key, is what I'm telling you. So I walk out the back door, and I was having this struggle all day. Because I got my wallet, I got my cell phone. I didn't even have my keys, because I didn't drive, I didn't need them at all. So I just got wallet, I got cell phone. Oh, but I also had this glass, which I'm pocketing. It's got the glass in the cooler in my pocket with the other shit, and I'm having trouble keeping my drawers up because I didn't wear a belt. Apparently, they weren't going to stay put. So I walked out of Russ's like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I took 2 steps out the door into the alley, and I see this couple walking towards me down the alley. I walk out the door, I take 2 steps, my fucking pants fall off. Not even joking. My fucking pants fall off. Standing in the alley, pants down to my fucking ankles. Fucking balls just hanging there. Just a quarter ton of balls just dangling. And I was so hammered that all I could do was just like be real honest. So it was just like, "Whoa, my pants fell off." And she's just dying laughing, It's like, well, that's all I can say is, clearly, you know it, I know it, we all know it. I guess I might as well just, let's just get it out there in the open, huh? And geez, I got no pants on. Yeah, and, being a small town, I know I'm going to see her within the next week. So that's about the stage where I realized maybe I don't need to be going anywhere else drinking anything else. So I go over to Doolittle's, walk in, it's packed. I walk back to the bathroom, I take a leak, I turn around, I walk right back out of Doolittle's. And across the street, I go to Subway, where I am staring at the picture board of the Subway spinach steak and avocado wrap. And like I want to do inappropriate things to it, because I kind of did. I just I was so ready to order, and I was hammered. So I'm stumbling around and just loving on my wrap here. I'm just eye humping this thing. So I get halfway through when the priest from down the street walks in. Now, of course, he's familiar with me. We've dealt with each other at work. But he's never seen me greased at 7 p.m. So I'm stumbling around. I'm sure I'm just swearing like fucking crazy because I don't care. You know, what do I care? So I end up stumbling around, swearing, almost fell into the chip rack. That's when I realized, holy shit, I'm pretty drunk. So I thought, this is it. I went outside, sat down, and flipped back to that episode. You'll see what kind of shape I'm in. I stumbled home, threatened a few people via text on the way for not being either still out or showing up, and then had an interesting conversation with an interesting person about how we all know the sun's how this whole fucking thing ends, right? And that's how we're going down, so I don't know what everybody keeps talking about. When it goes, it's going to be fucking that thing in the sky. You know it and I know it. This is like an 8-block walk from where I started at the beer thing to home. It might be 10 blocks, and Jesus, I'm glad I live in a small town, because, that many beers, some insane things would happen involving me, and I probably wouldn't even fucking remember them or have any proof. That'd be the worst part. Lose a fantastic story. Well, there's video evidence. Go see how I was at Subway. And let me tell you, not great. It was not great. So for Drinks with Ron and a half a ham special light, I'm Ron, signing off.